Hello, y'all. This is Julian Rico. This is a college football Week 14 update. Um, it's been a crazy season for college football. So let's get to it because this is the final regular season college football. Before then, we get to conference games, which we'll talk about that later, and then we'll talk some coaching news. So big news, of course, happened today, including Michigan. Both Michigan and Ohio State are fined for 100K for the fight day. If you already seen that, so no suspensions for that. That's the news that happened about 2 hours ago. So I will let y'all know about that. Let's get to these ranked games, starting with Washington and Oregon. Oregon taking down Washington. Dan Lanning's first win against Washington, 49-21. The game, and I already said it earlier, Michigan upsets the number 2 team in the country, Ohio State, 13-10. Um, all eyes on Ohio State, all eyes on Ryan Day, if his future as the head coach of Ohio State. We'll see what happens right now over the future. Texas taking down Texas A&M 17-7 in the Lone Star Showdown. All this. Guess I gotta wear this cowboy hat and then put those horns. Yeah, we're putting these horns for these Longhorns because they're going to be playing the Georgia Bulldogs. Yep. Continue on. Penn State will go to the Big Ten championship game for the first time since 2016 after taking down Maryland 44-7. Maryland, USC welcomes back Caleb Williams. Unfortunately, ends up getting their butts kicked by Notre Dame with 2 pick sixes as Notre Dame takes down USC 49-35. We had some upsets. Syracuse upsets Miami 38-42 and knocking them out of the ACC championship for them, and that's a huge loss for Miami. And will they be out of the college football playoffs? We'll find out on the Tuesday's committee, which is going to be interesting to watch. Georgia taking down Georgia Tech 42-44. Now, some of these ranked games will be played on Thanksgiving and then on Friday. So we're going to go through all these games. But Friday, that game for Georgia, 8 overtime winner against the Yellow Jackets. Great moment for Kirby Smart and Brandon Keene, both head coaches, with getting to talk about this game. Really enjoy. That's what rivalry is all about. It's not about you plant your flag on your enemy's territory. It's about all these good rivalries, the history about them, and this one against Georgia Tech and Georgia, Kirby Smart, Brandon Key getting hugged, and probably emotional rivalry. That is what rivalry football is all about. Another one that came to be a good one on Tennessee were down 14-0 to Vanderbilt, but they outscoring them 36 points, beating Vanderbilt 36-23. SMU will be heading to Charlotte as they took down Cal 38-6. Indiana shutting down Purdue 66-0. We'll get to Purdue later on. Boise State taking down Oregon State 34-18 as they get ready to host the Mountain West Championship game. Syracuse, South Carolina upsets Clemson 17-14, but that doesn't matter because Clemson are going to be playing in the ACC championship game against SMU after Syracuse beating Miami. And for the 10th time in program history, Clemson's in the ACC championship game. So congrats to Dabo Swinney. Shout out to Frank Brown for telling Dabo congratulations to him. Well, that's a great coach Syracuse has. They got a good coach. Alabama taking down Auburn in the Iron Bowl 28-14. Ole Miss says goodbye to Jackson Dart in his final game. Hopefully, not sure if it's his final game as an Ole Miss quarterback, as beating their rivals Mississippi State 26-14. Arizona State are in the Big 12 championship game after taking down Arizona 49-7. A huge upset happened on Thanksgiving. Memphis taking down Tulane 34-24. Tulane might be out of the conversation of getting themselves in the college football playoffs. See how that goes. Kansas State kept it close, but Iowa State wins it by 8. And so Iowa State, for the first time in program history, or since, I don't know, the 90s, they get their first 10-win season. And not only that, they're going to the Big 12 championship game. First time ever. Congrats to them. Will earn. Unfortunately for BYU, a win. They beat Houston 30-18, but they will not be playing the Big 12 championship game. Will that affect them for the college football playoffs? I will say yes. Missouri taking out Arkansas 21-28. UNLV will be heading to the Mountain West Championship game after beating Nevada 14-38. 23rd team in the country, Illinois, is taking down on Northwestern 38-28. And Colorado ends their senior day with a great way to show Travis Hunter is going to win Heisman as beating Oklahoma State 52-0. Here are the unranked games from Saturday. Louisville taking down their rivals Kentucky 41-14. Duke in the last second game-winning touchdown beats Wake Forest 23-17. Kansas need one more win and they're in the bowl eligible, but losing to Baylor 17-45. Tough one. Texas Tech able to take down Neil Brown and West Virginia 15-52. The Roadrunners fall short to Army 24-29 as Army will get ready to take on Tulane in the American Athletic Conference on Friday. North Texas clinches bowl eligible and beating Temple 24-17. Boston College ends their senior day as they beat Pittsburgh 34-28. Great moment for UCLA and Deshaun Foster. Unfortunately, falls short to clinch bowl eligible. As unfortunately they do get to finish their season of 5 wins here as they beat Fresno State 13-20. A wave goodbye to Mac Brown as his days as a Tar Heels coach has come to an end, but losing to NC State 35-30. TCU takes down Cincinnati 20-13, and with that loss, that sent Arizona State to the Big 12 championship game, so well done for them. Florida taking down FSU 31-11. Florida taking down FSU 31-11. Sorry. LSU wins it by 20 against Oklahoma 17-37. Virginia Tech able to take down their rivals Virginia 17-37, and they are in the bowl eligible this year, so congrats to the Hokies. And then Marshall able to take down James Madison 35-33. So here are the conference games. So in the Conference USA, it will be Western Kentucky taking on Jacksonville State. In the Mountain West, it will be UNLV taking on Boise State. In the American Athletic Conference, it will be Tulane versus Army. The Big 12, it will be Iowa State and versus Arizona State. In the MAC, it will be Ohio taking on Miami of Ohio. SEC will be Georgia versus Texas. The Sun Belt Championship game will be Marshall versus Louisiana Raging Cajun. The Big Ten will be Penn State versus Oregon. And the ACC will be Clemson and SMU. So we got some good conference games. I think this one, the Big Ten Conference Championship game, is going to be the game of the week, which I'll let y'all know when will it be. All right, let's go to these news. Starting with some coaching news. This UCF's head coach Gus Malzahn will become the new offense coordinator for Florida State. This was announced on Saturday that he will resign as UCF head coach, and now will go to Florida State as their new offense coordinator. Purdue have fired head coach Ryan Walters after 2 seasons, and it's a tough year for Purdue. Only 5 wins after 2 seasons with Purdue, and Purdue is now looking for a new head coach and hoping to get that team back on track. Kent State hires Jaguars running backs coach Jerry Mack as head coach for the Owls. So congratulations to Jerry Mack as he will be the new coach for the Owls. Great opportunity there in Kennesaw State. All right, this was a shocker. Nobody expected this. West Virginia have fired head coach Neil Brown after 6 seasons. This was a bit of a shocker because not only they lost to Texas Tech, but they fired their head coach after 6 seasons. His record 37-35. Wow, that's a shocker. And so West Virginia will find a new head coach for a new era there. That's a shocker right there. Florida International will fire head coach Mike McIntyre after 3 seasons with the Panthers, and they will look for a new head coach in Florida International. On Temple, big news from about an hour ago. Temple has hired Sam Houston's head coach KC Killers as next head coach. So congratulations to him. He earned this position. Did great things with the Bearcats. Now the offense coordinator for the Bearcats will take over as interim head coach until they find a new head coach. Here are the head coaches that are open: Ball State, Central Michigan, Charlotte, Eastern Carolina, who they promote Blake Harrell as their head coach. FAU, Fresno State, Kennesaw State, who I already talked about it, they hired Jerry Mack. UMass, UNC, Rice, who hired former Davidson head coach Scott Ellerbill as their next head coach. Southern Miss, Temple, who I already said it, KC Killer. Tulsa, Utah State, West Virginia, Purdue, UCF, Florida International, and Sam Houston State University. And there will be more coaching fires. I'll give you those updates in some shorts. If you have not seen my NFL week 13 picks, go ahead and check those. Go ahead and check that out. If you have not seen that breaking news that I just broke on Friday, go check that out. It was about Matt Eberflus fire as Bears head coach. That is it for us for this channel. If you want more news, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. We want 100 subscribers for this channel, and maybe I can give you some surprise for 100 subscribers. But again, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.